Hey there guys, welcome back to Xenoblade Chronicles X with your host Dameol SC. Last time, we officially joined the Skeld Brigade, which I'm still kind of curious about what actually happens if you refuse, because it did surprisingly give me that option. And why is this turning so slow? Once it's been a few days, I have to kind of remember the controls. But yeah, I'm kind of really curious. I mean, obviously, I think the game will basically force you into it, but it is interesting that it gave you the yo, hey, go. I know I suck at controlling things, but you need to be controlled. Be controlled. But yeah, it's really interesting. I do want to apologize that there was no episode on Friday. Friday's today.
Man, am I glad we pulled an assignment to the east of the city this time. It'd be a long walk all the way back over to the west gate.
Hold on.
What do you mean this time?
Are we even sure the east gate will be open? Last I heard, it was still on lockdown from all the high-level indigent activity.
It was, but they just lowered the threat level earlier today. The gates are officially open for business.
Alright.
One of our teams must have gone out there and kicked some furry indigent butt, huh?
Well, I'm pretty sure it wasn't actually me. Well, I guess, yeah, take credit.
Seriously? That was you? Cool.
I don't think so. Those
Aw.
grexes we took down were fairly routine. Definitely not something they'd lock both gates over, at least.
Damn it!
Then I take my cool back. But wait
Well,
a
I
sec.
didn't know.
You guys fought grexes? The two of you? Hey, that's still pretty cool. They've been hassling
Well, make up your mind, Indian cool giver.
Especially how they hunt in packs and all.
Let's not get too excited. Confidence can be good. Overconfidence can be fatal, especially when you're new.
Yeah, you're right.
But enough talk. We've got our mission to deal with. Let's head out.
Roger. That probe isn't gonna install itself. Let's get to the east gate, shall we?
Let's do it. Yeah, I'm sorry there wasn't an episode on Friday. Things are getting a little bit busier during the holiday season, and also, it ended up. What happened on Friday? Damn it! Oh, I know you, you crazy, like devilish, angelic secretary person. I feel like my run speed is... And I am glad that you can just basically sprint as much as you want. There's not a sprint meter. I know people were really, really mad whenever Skyward Sword came out and they had a sprint meter. Which I always thought was a pretty dumb complaint, but... Hey, Thomas.
Hey.
Asking about the indigents or asking about recent developments? Yeah, we're going out there. We want about indigents. Why not get used to battling indigents by finding some office? This place is lousy with them, after all. Unlike Grex's other more ferocious indigents, office won't attack unless you hit them first. That makes them useful training dummies. Another piece of advice: don't mistake pick a fight with anything dangerous creature near Sarum Lake up the north. The number of skilled interceptors have fallen to indigents in that area. The noble goal of protecting the city is not worth risking your life like that. Even catch the eyes of one of the indigents, just turn and run away. I'll fight them eventually. They will not survive me. But no, I don't... I haven't really gotten any... I mean, I guess we're still at the beginning of the game. I am a little surprised that we don't have any, like, quests. You know, normally you have some. Alright. In case you guys don't have this game, just to let you know, how do I change... 1 second. Can I change it? No, I can't. Okay. I was thinking I could reverse the image so I could like capture what is on the little gamepad, which is the map. But it looks like that is not a thing. So that's not something we can actually do, which is too bad. There's some little ones and a big one. But again, I do not feel that it's appropriate to pick fights with things that don't want to fight back. You know, I'm very live and let live type of person, and if they give me a quest and there's some like actual reason to do it, then that's one thing. But beat them up to get better at fighting? No, we're not doing that. That's not the way I live my life. Apparently, something else does not feel the same though. Please tell me they're dead and not asleep.
Hell happened here. You don't think that one Sinicula could have killed all these simius?
Unless
Unless... what?
this is bad.
What's bad?
Unless it's bad.
That Sinicula. It's a tyrant.
Huh? But it looks just like any other Sinicula.
Think about it. Your typical Simius is way higher up on the food chain than your typical Sinicula, right? Usually we'd find one Simius standing over 3 or 4 Sinicula corpses. But here, the tables have been turned. And I don't see a single trace of any other indigents in the area. There's only one explanation. That Sinicula is
So the tyrants disguise themselves as the normal ones?
Let me check the Blade Report database. If there's a tyrant this close to the city, someone must have run across it. Bingo. There was a Sinicula tyrant sighted not too long ago. It was a couple of segments further out.
It could have followed the blade that spotted it back towards New LA, or come here to feed, or who knows what.
That's crazy. I can't believe there's a tyrant right on our doorstep, and HQ isn't doing a thing about it.
Well, we should do something about
I
it.
get why they sent us here in the first place. Frontier Nav's range is still limited.
Oh, right. They couldn't track it if there's no local probe. They must have lost it when it went off the grid.
Yeah, what is a tyrant exactly? That seems like important information to know before I suggest let's kill it.
The tyrant designation is given to creatures that pose a special threat in one way. That doesn't always mean raw strike. Some tyrants will actually register as low rank when we find them out in the field and engage them in combat.
But don't let that fool you. If a creature shows up as a tyrant, you can be sure it's got at least one nasty trait or ability to speak of. The system can't account for everything, though, so don't let your guard down, no matter what rank it assigns.
So yeah, tyrants are basically just
Even
like
some of Blade's
surprise
very
enemies.
best teams have come back with serious injuries after running into a tyrant in the field. If they come back at all.
Yeah, protect.
As long as you understand the risks involved.
I do.
Lynn?
Count me in. The same goes for everyone in New LA, but if we're gonna settle here on this planet, we're gonna have to get used to dealing with tyrants now and then. Besides, if I need to, I can always run away while it's busy chewing on one of you guys.
I really like her Xenoblade hairpins.
Fair enough. But don't push it, okay? Either of you.
I'll push what I want.
Take it down, great, but if not, even just luring it away would be a moral victory. As long as we buy enough time to install the probe, we can use Frontier Nav to track it, or any
Oh, is
other
it at the
tyrant
place
that
where the
comes
probe
this
goes?
close to the city
That's
from
even
now
more
on.
of a reason to do this.
Just make sure you're ready before we attack. This will be tougher than anything else we've faced.
I got this. Probably not. You just the most fantastic part to equip the best for so levels like your weapons and gear. Make sure arts are rating level up, okay? I have not leveled up arts. That is a good point. Wow, there's a lot of stuff here. But I will rank this up real quick and then be back because I'm gonna have to be writing a lot of stuff. I do believe I want the damage one though. How much BP do I have? I don't see where it shows that. Oh, up there, 22. Yep, go in. Why is that all the way over there? Because I'm dumb, that's why. Okay, there we go. Dual guns and dual swords. So. Alright, we'll definitely take that. Not getting that again. Oh, I already got that one apparently. I did not mean to. That was not my intention. Okay. And I think we're good on equipment. Alright, let's do this. I should probably save, huh? I save about that. I'm not used to that being there. But yeah, saving is probably a good thing, I would think. Come on, man. Wanna be my friend?
They've seen us.
Okay, flame grenade is not something we need. Awesome. Nope, missed that. I'm smart. This guy is a pursuer. Oh my gosh, I'm so not good at that. It is interesting that it's not always really clear. God dang it! I am so bad at this. No, I got that one. Alright, well we got it, even though I sucked at hitting the bees.
Awesome!
Nice work, Lynn. You fought well.
Hey, what about me?
You.
Thank you.
Now let's get down to business and install that data probe. If we stay here for long, there's no telling what other playmates might show up.
No, but I know what we'll do with them.
This beam of light indicates a frontier nav site. It marks the ideal spot to bury the probe.
Oh, we're burying the probe? I thought we would put it into orbit or something. Well, where did that come from? Lynn, were you carrying that in your backpack? Holy crap!
Thanks, Lynn. top half of the cylinder contains the probe itself. The bottom half is a laser. It dissolves the soil so the probe can burrow to the proper depth. We tried just planting them on the surface at first, but we kept running into problems with the local wildlife damaging the goods. Burying them is going to save us all a lot of time and headaches in the long run.
Until you run into, like, indigents that live underground.
Whenever you're ready.
Why don't you do the honors? You can launch it right from your comm device. Give it a try.
Absolutely. I've already established that she's kind of into skeleton mechs and stuff, so she'd be completely into this.
Good. Now we just need to give it a minute to reach the target depth.
Part of me thinks there's going to be a boss fight here, but we just kind of had a boss fight, so that doesn't make any sense. That should not be occurring.
And installation complete. We are now online with a solid connection to Frontier Nav.
Excellent. See? At the end of the day, there's really not much to it. The hardest part was calculating the ideal probe locations. We need them spread out evenly to maximize data collection.
That's not too hard.
Yep, planting
You just make a
probes
veneer
is simple.
diagram.
And the more we plant, the more likely we are to find missing crew. So anytime you see a probe site, there's no excuse not to plant that sucker.
I kind of like this. This reminds me of Assassin's Creed where you get up on the towers and get more information about the city.
If I get up stronger, I might scare myself better.
Alright. So. Advanced Survival Bodywear. I don't know what that is, but I'll tell you. I'm Lau, Pathfinder. If we're gonna go Frontier Nav, we need to solve more data probes. Plant once, we approach a vacant Frontier Nav probe site and press the A button. Your mechanical field's gonna be up to snuff, so don't forget to level it up. Now what's left is to roll back to base, but first, I'll let you know a secret. Giant beasts don't usually engage with the Skell. Neutralizing a foe like that on foot, especially a tyrant's pretty risky, so be careful about those things in the future, right? So, how do I level up my mechanical skill and all that? I haven't actually seen that yet. Let me just real quick take a look. Because here's skills. Oh, okay, so obviously it does not, but it looks like skills and arts use the same number of battle points. So I'm going to have to be careful in what I actually use these for. But it looks like it hasn't actually unlocked. Well, Elma has some skills. And, well, no, she really doesn't, actually. Okay, well, that's interesting. So I don't have any skills available currently. But in theory, Elma does. Boost evasion by 12% ranged accuracy. And this still isn't actually answering what I want. I mean, I do want to get these at some point, and it seems like you could pretty easily do that. Oh, you haven't learned it yet, so it's not... Huh, that's a weird system. I'm assuming there's a tutorial coming out about that eventually. But I would really like to know how to level up mechanical stuff. It's weird that they gave me a tutorial, and hey, don't forget to level up your mechanical skills when they haven't told me how to level up my mechanical skills yet. And again, I'm probably causing some of this to happen to myself, because I'm, you know, doing this very, very straightforwardly, and not engaging in extra fights. Hey, I want this. And I could probably fix that if I just would run around and get extra stuff, but I'm not. And I do this a lot, and I'm sure if you're a new viewer, it may be a little bit frustrating for you, and I apologize for that. But it's just a matter of, I don't you know, whenever I play a game, I kind of figure out kind of who the character I'm playing is, and more often than not, I will go ahead and make a character that is very no-nonsense and follows the plot, you know, rather than endlessly searching around, just because for Let's Play, it's not as fun for you guys. What's the jump button? There it is, found it. That's what happens when you blindly follow an arrow. You don't go where you're supposed to go. You should actually pay attention to things. I do still love the way this game is set up. Here we go. This is how I get into the city. Break on through to the other side. I do have a very... right now it seems very by the book, but I'm sure eventually it'll open up and I'll just end up exploring the world. Like, you know, because that's... Xenoblade 1 was like that too. You started up, you know, and you were saving your colony, then you were going to Colony 6, and... You know, so you did follow the plot for a while, but eventually it was just open world, and you went around and just did stuff. So that's what I feel like I'm about to get to that point, where I start talking to the entire city and getting all kinds of... Actually, that's a good point. You don't talk to everyone in the city, you just go to the board and do stuff. So I should do that.
Yes?
Oh, have you seen the town helper? I'm sorry, what, you don't know what the town helper is? It's me, silly! Well then, yes, I've seen you. That's a stupid question. Mediator, I start dabbling on the side. I teach weapon skills, offer equipment tips, deliver lost items, give life advice. Folks just started calling me the town helper. I kinda like it, to be honest.
Hi.
You're out of Talon Rock, right? It's big, that rocky mountain in one part of Primordia. Is that big spire you can even see from the city? The area hasn't been fully explored yet, so Elnore's always next to get... Oh yeah, I've seen this. Okay, so now is where I get lost. Jump is that button. Jump is not the button I expect it to be, and so I always get confused by it. That's the Blade Barracks. Here we go. I will learn my way around here eventually, I promise. Oh, that's right, I'm not a blade yet. So I can't use that. Good, I felt I'm like, they clearly did this whole tutorial showing me how to do this, and then I never actually went there, because I'm dumb. There's each division have their own responsibilities. Mine's primarily guard duty. There have been reports of dangerous engines appearing near the entrance of the city. So I sealed the gates and taken a defensive part. No, you haven't. The gates are unsealed. We tightly guard the extent that there's absolutely no chance of indigent infiltrating the city. But now I hear that Elma and some new gal already slaughtered the Grex pack that prowled outside the west gate. So I guess we ought to thank Team Elma for their successful... Team Elma? That's my division? My division's named Team Elma? That's awesome! Yeah, enter the Blade Barracks. Is this where I'm supposed to check in? I hope so. Because this is where I'm going. Whether I'm supposed to be here or not. It does look like this is the correct place. Alright, swivel the camera. Now, how did I get to you? I know you guys are like, oh my god, I can't believe this guy's so bad at navigation. Sorry. There's how I get to you.
Commander Vandam.
Well now, look what the cat dragged in.
Hello. You kind of look like...
Sorry we missed you last time. We could have come to meet you at HQ, you know.
Indeed. I suggested as much. Twice.
And we know how much I enjoy being told what to do. Anyway, I hear you tangled with a tyrant way out of your league on a training mission.
We didn't really tangle with it, we killed it.
That was reckless and goddamn magnificent.
Awesome. 10,000 gold. And some more mining probes. you know, I like to take risks. Absolutely. I do not need to fight the tyrant again. That will not benefit me in any way.
So, Commander, to what do we owe the pleasure of your visit here today?
Well, I can't just ask Nagi to do everything for me. I'd be out of a job.
Hey, I delivered you the new recruit, didn't I?
Yeah, you won the bet. Don't worry about it.
Although, wasn't I supposed to be 9
I'll
people?
settle up with you later. You know I'm good for it.
The bet?
Wonder how many bets he's lost.
I'm sure I'm needed elsewhere. If you'll all excuse me, Commander.
Oh, he's uncomfortable talking about the fact he's gambling with our lives.
Well, that wasn't obvious at all.
Look at you two. I swear, you're like two children excited about a new toy.
Look who's talking. I don't recall ever seeing you file a request to personally train a rescue before.
Is that so odd?
They know who I am, I swear.
Blade, little Miss Stick in the rear.
Usually I ask when I don't get your slang expressions, but something tells me to just let that one go.
Enough about that. Where are your manners, anyway? I still haven't been introduced to our new recruit here.
No, you haven't.
Commander Vandam is Blade's top officer.
In a past life, I was chief engineer on the White Whale. Same idea, basically. Someone has a problem, I fix it. You follow? Huh. Not much for conversation, are you?
Well, I'm not really voice acted very well.
So you still haven't told us why you're here. From the look of things, I'm guessing this isn't a social call.
You don't think?
No. So let's cut the crap and get down to business.
I like her.
Ah, sounds like you're learning my expressions just fine, Elma. Anyway, first we need Chatty Cathy here to choose a division and pull an assignment.
I want to be on Team Elma.
Pretty much everyone in New LA works for Blade, in one of several different fields. Helping to explore Mira, or to maintain order in the city, or, well, you remember Nagi's speech, right? There are 8 different fields in all, and each one has its own branch within Blade.
Oh, geez.
Officially, they're called divisions. Now,
Unofficially?
you'll want to choose one that best suits your personality and your talents.
Let's start with the Pathfinders.
Alright.
Pathfinder's #1 responsibility is planting data probes, like you did on your training mission. It may not be the sexiest job, but important? You bet your ass it's important.
Well, I want a sexy job.
We've only been on Mira 2 months. We don't know jack about this place. The more probes we install, the faster we can get our bearings here and give ourselves a fighting chance.
We've already detailed how important it is we expand the Frontier Nav network ASAP. So, for the time being, I'll just remind you of the highlights. It helps us keep Blade safe. It helps us keep the city safe. And most important of all, it's the key to locating the missing parts of the Lifehold and recovering the rest of the human race.
Well, geez, they're certainly overselling Pathfinder.
Next up, Interceptors. You met Akalov and Evans, right? Irina and Gwen, this is their division.
Yep.
Interceptors have one main duty. Protect New LA and everyone in it from the wildlife here on Mira. Right now, this is probably our busiest division. Interceptors ride shotgun for the research eggheads. They escort VIPs around, and they help any other idiots who get caught out there with their pants down.
Good thing.
Next are the Harriers.
How it is.
Remember Doug Barrett, the Skell pilot conducting the test flight with Lynn? He's part of the Harriers. If you think of the Interceptors as defense, Harriers would be New LA's offense.
They get planes?
Specialize in preemptive strikes on clear and obvious threats. But only on clear and obvious threats. They're not meant to go out and just blast any indigent that
Damn it! No, actually, she wouldn't do that. We've already established
Then
that.
you got your Reclaimers. These guys are in charge of finding the other pieces of the White Whale.
Looks like
Among
Schultz.
other things, that is. Including anything of ours left behind after a battle. Skell debris, weapons, personal effects. It can get a bit morbid, frankly, but it's gotta be done. Until we're up and running here on Mira, and have this place completely figured out. Everything we brought from Earth needs to be treated like it's irreplaceable.
Yeah, that definitely makes sense.
Also, the search for
I love how much detail they put into this like world, the story.
Next, curators. Curators are the first to scout ahead to unexplored territory.
Oh, well, that's surprising.
Pack whatever samples they can get their hands on. Fruits, bugs, sticks and stones, you name it. It's not all picking berries, though. Being a curator also means being the first to encounter unknown indigents.
Yeah, okay. I was wondering, this curator sounds super dumb.
Alright, prospectors.
Oh, he doesn't like them at all.
Prospectors do, well, prospecting. They poke around, looking for minerals, resources, and whatnot. Things we need for everyday life here. We packed all the essentials we could on the White Whale, but that won't last forever. We need to be able to replenish our water and fuel if we want to survive. And sooner or later, we're gonna have to figure out how to replace things from scratch. From the socket on a Skell's knee joint, right down to the frying pan in Lynn's kitchen. Without these guys busting their butts, we'd have no future to speak of.
Next up, outfitters. All of our ground gear and Skell weaponry is developed in conjunction with private arms manufacturers, or AMs. Outfitters are Blade's way of supporting these AMs.
Alright.
They'll seek out anything that might inspire new weapon ideas, and even assist with testing new prototypes.
Finally, the mediators. These are the folks who keep everything hunky-dory with John and Joan Q public. Any problems a civvy has, they come to mediators. Fight with your neighbor? Mediators. Lost cat? Mediators.
Oh, geez, that sounds super annoying.
It's not a division for everyone. You need to be a jack of all trades, and a people person. Someone with my charming personality? Probably not the best mediator. But if you
Someone
got
that
what it
never
takes,
ever
it's
talks?
a clutch role, keeping things cool on the home front.
All right, so I think that's all 8 divisions. Any idea which one you'd like to join?
I've got a
Don't fret
couple,
about it
but
too much. Whichever you choose, you still have.
that's what I was figured. No matter what you
choose,
choose, you're still going to be doing basically all of them.
Mediators can still get out there and mix it up, hunt indigents, whatever. And if a Harrier wants to take a break and settle an argument, that's their prerogative too.
It just has to do with what story
To be honest,
missions you end up with, I
even
think.
though it's sort of frowned upon, you can actually change your division whenever you like.
Oh,
So
really?
there's really no reason to stress about this. All right, you ready to choose?
Oh, well, no,
Yeah, and? We're on pins and needles.
I like this guy a lot. I guess I have to. I would rather save right now, but, okay. So Pathfinder seems the very obvious choice, but I do want to... I think most people would actually go Pathfinders, so I kind of want to go with Outfitters, actually. You know, see all the different weaponry and, you know, go out there and do a lot of, you know, really just interesting fights. Seems like the one that is the, and plus you earn R&D points, which probably means that you can level up, you know, manufacturing and tech and all that stuff. So that's what I'm going with.
Then it's settled?
Outfitters.
All right. Thank God that's over. By the power invested in me, yada yada, you're officially a Blade.
Congrats, and welcome.
I know you're gonna do great.
I know I'm going to do great, too.
Now for the job. Let's get down to brass tacks. Nelson's team has gone missing. Last contact we had, they were installing a data probe out in eastern Primordia. Then, nothing.
Nelson. Pathfinders, right?
Are we talking?
Yeah, they totally
indigents
kind of
or
expected
what?
you to go Pathfinders in this.
Your guess is as good as mine, but they did have a Skell with them. You'd think they could hold their own, or at least run away.
All right, we're on it. We'll head to their last known location and go from there.
Alright.
Report whatever you find ASAP.
Of course.
That means as soon as possible.
Let's move out.
Roger that.
The Builders of a Legacy. Alright guys, let's do this. Next time. But now, I guess access to various soon, including the shop terminal, the AM terminal, mission control, and more. Sometimes I'll off limits for the moment, but I'll get back to you on this later. Ever wish you could zip straight back to the place you visited? Well, that's why we have fast travel. It gives you instantly return to significant landmarks, as well as any frontier nav sites have data probes installed. Just access the segment map to use it. Arms manufacturers or AM supports from the sidelines have new weaponry and gear. By using their services, we can support them too. To AM Terminal and Armory Alley to learn more about working with AMs to make new gear. Okay, so let's go ahead and save. And I do have a question for you guys, because at this point I would typically break and go start doing side missions and stuff like that. How much of that do you want to see? Typically, I don't remember how much I did in Xenogears and really showing that. I don't remember doing a whole lot of offline play in Xenogears, but at the same time, I do definitely feel like this is the sort of game that, you know, you could spend half the game doing side missions that aren't really relevant to the story. So let me know. How much do you want me to record of that, and how much do you not want me to record of that? And then, yeah, I will see you guys next time. Thank you very much for tuning in.